Hey everybody, it's Briar Harvey here with another Systems Are Messy interview. Today I have the lovely Jill Kane. Jill, tell us about yourself.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here and speak to your audience. So, I live in Massachusetts. I have two boys, and I have a long, career in corporate HR. And about 5 or so years ago, I started really getting more into wanting to work for myself. And I picked up health coaching certification and started to pursue that route. And so I've been doing health coaching, but now I've transitioned to more of helping other health coaches and wellness business owners in their businesses. And I am all about systems and all of that kind of stuff. So this is a great topic to talk about today.
Well, I am excited. Let's get started.
Sure.
How do you keep track of what you have to do?
So I've always been a paper person. I always have multiple notebooks going, and that's usually what I kind of refer to because it's easier to grab and go. But I've used quite a bit of systems online to help automate my business and help me stay on track. So I think, we talked a little bit, I use Trello now to mostly stay organized with projects and big things. So mostly it's myself. Sometimes I have an admin helping as well. So it's great because you can have team members on there to also check in on the work that's to be done. And it's just easy. It's a great visual, I think, and it's great to be able to easily move things and switch things around to different orders without being, the notebooks get a little messy after a while.
They do. Do you still have all the notebooks? Do
Oh
they
my
still live
gosh.
on shelves? I can't get rid of mine. Like, they're still
Yeah.
pretty and I still love them and I don't know what to do with them, but my system at this point is almost entirely digital. Even if it's not in the same one, it's all almost entirely digital.
Yeah, I do. And I have the same problem. And it's like, it's just something like the action of writing it down will like make it real or make me do it more. One of my new favorite ones I have is this, which is like the days of the week.
Ooh.
I just am always at Staples. It's me, but um, so it's great to have something like that. And then I do Trello is the place I can come back to. And as you know, with like notebooks and writing things down, it's great, but then you don't get the history, right? Because you throw things away. And so now I can at least see, am I doing all the things I'm supposed to be doing? And where am I procrastinating? And where am I? What are the things that never get that checkbox, right?
So, speaking of, how often do things slip through the cracks for you?
I think my main problem is that I just put too much on there. And so I've figured out, you have to be more strategic in prioritizing because everything's important. And you really need to go from what's important to like the critical three things you need to get done that day. And just, as you know, like being consistent is the key. So if I can do a fewer things more consistently, then I think then I'm winning versus just trying to be too ambitious with my day and and not getting all of those things done. And then that kind of demotivates you. But one thing I like about Trello is that just being able to have the ability to check things off and see how much you're getting done. It just motivates me to keep doing it. It's kind of a little bit of a reward system idea in there.
So, how do you review or process all of your information? Do that daily, weekly? How often? What does that look like?
So in there, I do like daily checklists of things that I do. So my content I'm doing at least weekly. I'm trying to do more batching, bigger batches, but I kind of look at what I overall want to get done, and then I break it down into the tasks, and then just kind of go through and I'm in there during the day checking it off as I'm doing it, but then at the end of the week I can look and see how much actually got done.
Awesome. So, what do you wish you did better?
I think one of the things I get stuck on is probably overthinking and overanalyzing and not just going forward and doing it. Especially, I think in the beginning, I've been doing consistent live streams in my group for the last year, and I hadn't really been doing it consistently before that. But in the beginning, I had such a process to get it done because I wanted to write everything out, and then I just have to learn to kind of let go and do things and say, all right, I've got a couple of bullets, and now I feel good about what I'm talking about, and then just to get more done. Because I think that I love all this planning and organizing stuff, but then it can become a form of procrastination because you're, at least for me, you know,
Procrastinate planning. Yes,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
what
Oh,
I caught it.
that is what it is, right? Yeah,
Hmm.
I'm just planning all these great things, getting excited about it, but then like, what about let's do it, right? Run out of steam before actually get it done. So,
Yeah, it's a real thing. And if, especially if you like to plan, like I like playing with my systems and I like playing with how they're organized, and it is absolutely something I can go in and do instead of real work because it's fun.
and you feel like you're doing real work too,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
Yes, I totally get that. Totally get that.
So, what do you do really well when it comes to planning?
Well, I think that really identifying what my goal is and breaking down to what has to get done. And I think that that's where I help coach other people. So in my group, I support health and wellness coaches in their businesses. And a lot of what I talk about is having metrics and, having goals, not just how many posts you're doing and how many emails you're sending out, but let's tie it to the overall goal of what you're going for and back into, does that make sense? And how can I achieve that long-term goal without, killing myself doing so much work that I feel like needs to get done, but maybe does it really?
Is there a goal setting system or person whose work you use in setting your goals overall?
Not really. I kind of have a mishmash of different people I've probably read over the years. Um, I think that, I've experimented with like Pomodoro and like doing, things in 25-minute blocks and taking a break. But I find that I end up just kind of doing my own version of things, and that tends to work well because my schedule can be a little crazy, and maybe I'm doing my work and my only free time is after my kids go to bed, so it's late night and I just have to figure out what I can realistically do and what I'm capable of doing at that time.
Ah, yes. See, this is the great secret here. Systems work because there are systems. Nobody else's systems are going to work for you because
Mhm.
you didn't make them. They only work for you because you've figured out what works for you. It sucks that way, but it's also amazing that way.
Yeah, yeah, I think that in everything I've ever done, like that's always been the case, is learning from other people, but then you have to take it and make it into your own, make it fit what you do. Because the other way around, trying to make it fit to what the system is, it really ends up just being more stressful and taking more time, I think.
I remember my first foray into the organizational world was David Allen all those years ago, getting things done. And man, I tried so hard to adapt that system for me, and it just never worked for me. It never worked for me. All those file folders, they're probably still in a box somewhere.
It's good in theory, right? And then you have to test it out.
Definitely. So, is there anything special you're working on now?
I am, yes. I am launching a group program in probably a month or so, and this is for wellness business owners to help them create their group program and really like market it, launch it, and get it ready for market. And I find like in business itself that there's so many things you could do and teach as a business coach. What I get really drawn to is actually, like, I created my own program last year or 2 years ago now, and I like that process. I know not everybody does. Like, I like that idea of let's come up with what you want your program to be about and break it into modules and create all that content. And I love the planning that goes into that, and that's what I want to help other wellness business owners do. So that's what I'm focused on now, is the marketing of that
Awesome.
program.
Well, we will have all your links down below in the show notes or over there, or possibly, who knows where they'll be. Like, the pointing is so useless to me at this point in time. Is there anything else you'd like to add? Any final thoughts?
Yeah, I think, like we said, just kind of, you have to make it your own and make it work for you. And it's okay if it doesn't fit into a box. You have to find what um, works the best for your schedule and routine. And I think too, like, if you're a visual person or you're somebody who learns best by habit, like for me, I like Trello and having notebooks. I like having something right in front of me that I can easily see, and I don't get too fancy with what I'm doing. I just like to have access is the key to it all. And more so getting things done, I think, is the other takeaway, and it's probably something I need to be better at as well, is just taking what you're planning and doing and actually doing the work of it too, because we get so focused on our systems and planning that we tend to, put some more stress on how all of that gets done, and at the end that may or may not matter so much, right?
No, I don't think that it does, but I think it's worth the endeavor. I think having a system of any kind is better than not at all.
Absolutely, yeah. And I think that with what I teach in the group program is how to systematize things, because as a, kind of solo entrepreneur and you're doing it all, you can't keep up that pace for very long or you burn out. So you have to figure out resources, whether it's people, systems, processes, have something that is documented and hopefully can run without you, that you don't need to put your time and energy into. That way you can be the best coach or consultant or whatever it is you do and not have all of that weighing you down, because I've been there and that's not fun.
No, it's not. It's not. Well, Jill, thank you so much for your time today. This has
Welcome.
been fantastic, and we will talk to you all later.